You're just right on time. That'd be good. All right. So this meeting is a meeting of the school board in public for purpose of conducting the school corporation's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There may be time for public participation as indicated by the agenda item or as directed by the president. The meeting site is fully accessible. Any person requiring further accommodation should contact the superintendent at the school corporation's central office. The meeting will be electronically recorded and will be kept on file in the superintendent's office as well. A copy of the audio recording will also be available on the NLCS website. All right, call to order. Everyone is here except for Trent, Bryce, and Wendy is zooming in. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Tracy, you want to lead, my man?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right, we'd like to get a motion for the approval of the minutes of the executive session memorandum from October 20th and the minutes from the public meeting from October 24th, 2022. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And a second. Any questions on the motion? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. All right, good. Moving on. Person to address the board relative to the agenda. Any cards up there? Right, good. Moving on. Personnel. Mr. Tanner.
Yes, I would ask the board to consider and approve the personnel agenda as presented this evening.
Do you have a motion on that?
Make a motion to approve the personnel agenda.
Got a motion, a second?
Second.
All right. Any questions on the personnel agenda approval? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? All opposed? None? Okay. Thanks, Chris. Anything else, and Chris, you done?
That is all I have for this evening. Thank you.
Dr. Munkle?
Next up, I have approval of claims and payroll since our last board meeting in the amount of $4,852,796.83.
So moved.
Second.
Second. All right, any questions on such? No? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed? All right, good.
Next up, the softball team has an opportunity, and I think they've done this in the past, for a tournament in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and it's out of state, just board's approval for them to attend that tournament.
All right, before us is this softball team road trip. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions on
And
the motion?
they fundraise all their own money.
They
so
do.
It does,
Correct.
like, it's
Correct.
all there. Okay.
Good. Any other questions at all? All right, let's vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, perfect. Thanks, Tom.
Just on a side note, it was an exciting week for our softball team. I know Annie Wagner signed her letter of intent to go to Indiana State, and also Braxton McCauley signed her letter to go to Purdue. So it's not every day that a high school team has two Division I softball players. So kudos to them, and it was exciting to see. Next up, we have approval of supplemental payment resolution, just for the board approval to allow us to go ahead and do what we had set out with our agreement with the Teachers Association. Just a formality.
So motion on the supplemental payment resolution.
So moved.
Any second on the motion?
Second.
All right. Any questions on said motion? All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right. Thank you.
And last is a MOU, an Agreement Association of Indiana Counties Tax Refund Exchange and Compliance System. This is a program that almost all taxing units, cities, towns, schools participate in, and just need the board's approval with this for us to join this. If someone would, and we're really encouraged, it's not to the point where it's demanded, but we participate with this program, and if somebody would owe us money as far as before the tax refunds, it would come to the school if somebody owed money for textbooks or lunch or those things, but that's what it is.
Okay. Anybody want to make a motion on said movement?
So moved.
Second?
Second. Have we always participated in this?
We have, but this is a little bit of a rollout of a little more detailed plan. But
Good.
technically, a lot of times the state will contact us, and even if there are employees that maybe would owe something, we do payroll deduction for somebody that maybe needs with taxes or different things. So this is just a little bit more sophisticated system as the state gets, the state basically, we're a state entity.
Gets involved, yeah.
And gets involved, and before they give refunds, they want to make sure that money's isn't supposed to come back.
Sure.
So this is a little more detailed, or a little higher level.
Any further questions at all? All right, can I hear a motion on the,
You did.
I think we already did that.
did we do that
I
right?
think we're
We have
ready.
other questions? All right, my bad. Let's vote on it. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? All right, thanks, Tom.
The only other thing that I just wanted to share, I know several employees, I don't know how many, but I would say it was in that 15 to 20 range from Lowe's, donated a day at Parkview. They donated about 80 bags of mulch and did a lot of landscaping and, just fixing up the courtyards and things like that. So Dr. Lemons wanted me to be sure and just share on behalf that we were happy that Lowe's donated their time and even a lot of material to kind of spruce up the Parkview campus.
They've been a good partner in the past. Lowe's has done good for us. Excellent.
That's all I have.
All right. Next on the agenda, persons to address the board.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
I don't really know if I need to come up here, but Kayla Hoffman, Kentucky Hollow Road. I had a couple people have asked me about this. On the personnel agenda where it says St. Vincent de Paul School Instructional Aid, can somebody explain how that position works?
Yeah,
'Cause
they're a
people-
non-public school, and we have for years, we provide services to those students. Speech, hearing, or even in this situation, it's resource. In fact, they just hired Mr. Stipp, who was a former principal here in North Lawrence,
Okay.
to fill that position. Then whatever the number of students that they have, they choose not to kind of participate on their own. So we will receive some funding for that position, which is basically transferred. And then if there is a difference there, so let's say that individual works more, then St. Vincent's pays for that. So we kind of just act as a liaison for them, and we do, the special ed. We provide, our special ed count is coming up here in December, and they choose to kind of participate, and we have for years just kind of under our special ed program.
Thanks.
But it doesn't cost us money. It's more of a kind of a pass-through service.
And last month, we had the person that was approved for that building based through our Title I grant. And that's federal dollars in Title I. And this goes for any public school corporation who participates in Title I. You also have to provide a certain allocation funds to any private parochial within your district boundaries.
Gotcha.
And so it's that's why we have to do that. So we approved that person based on Title I. This month was the special education.
Okay, thanks.
And it's a little bit different than the other schools in the county where they actually receive state funding.
Anyone else wishing to address the board? All right. Upcoming meetings, we have one on December 1st. That is an executive session. And then the second one on December 15th will be an executive followed by a public meeting. Then, motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions on the motion? All right,
Aye.
we're adjourned. Our vote.
Aye.
We're done. We're done.